से छुआ को कांदेबा को मना करू मना को हम तो सासु को दे दे अच्छा 12 यूनिट रे तुम्हारो फैट्स and the nutritive value अच्छी 13 unit रे you are having selection and preparation of sugar, jaggery and the nutritive value, and 14th unit रे you are having selection, preparation and nutritive value of pulses, nuts and oil seeds. And unit last one 15th रे you are having how you are going to select, how you are going to prepare, and what is the nutritive value of what? Of milk and milk products. So let me go back to unit 11. Okay, in unit 11 let us go unit 11. Let me go there. You also scroll, mama.
Yes.
Process of food selection and preparation. Okay, for example, if you when you go to a market or when you go to big bazaar or anywhere, what you do, you go to each and every cupboard in big bazaar and you go to different vegetable vendors and fruit vendors in the market. Nike this is the program we normally will do, and also you see different angles, whether the food is fresh or whether the food is cheap or not, whether the food is comparatively in your menu today or not, whether the particular vegetable liked by your family members or not, like that. Okay, in unit 11 mainly the focus is on how you are going to have a very good selection, and while after selecting how you are going to different ways of improving the nutritive value of cereals. What are the cereals and everything we are going to discuss. Okay, in unit 12 you are going to have, you will study about the different fats. Yes, about discussion I am detail koriba. Let us go to 11. Scroll it, mama, scroll it. Here you know what are the cereals and millets are. हाँ कि नहीं सकाळे उठले थोड़े तुम्हें रोटी खाइबो, थोड़े तुम्हें भात खाइबो, और तो थोड़े दी परे भी भात खाइबो, खरा दिन बेसी भात खाए. So cereals and millets from the main food items in our daily life. You are supposed to, for example, what are the things like ragi, bajra, jawar and kodri are also called as millets. Cereals are there, and though they are all seeds of grass family like the other cereals, you will also become familiar with a variety of cereals and millets consumed in our country, the way in which they are incorporated in our diet. For example, bhato tiyari koribo, bhato sangare tume dali misei dele, dali sangare tume au tike vegetable misei dele tumar khichdi hobo, au ne to khiro au chini kaju badam etc cereal sangare misele khiri hobo etc. cereals botrai giri batti giri semte rokhi dele dosa hei pare, idli hei pare, chakli hei pare, kete kotha hochi na, au that we can have taken care, and that is taken in the preparation, how you are have to prepare, and the ways while preparing also you have to see whether we are, am I clear to you, whether we are improving our nutritive value or not. For example, common cereal grains, what are they? They are wheat, rice, bajra and jowar, maize, ragi, kodri and other extruded products. Extruded products kono ame mane discussion koribu 11.4.7. okay, and this sprouting and perching and fermentation of cereals also is an important thing. So here you have to see, you have to list the what are the criteria when we are selecting a cereal. When we are selecting chawal, let us say chawal kon korcho hathare emti doriki dekhuchu mane grains na clean ochhi ki nai, whether it is a parboiled rice, whether it is a pounded rice, whether it is a raw rice, whether it is a mill rice, ये सब देखी किरे तापरे देखिबो मट्टी बाली गुड़ी सब अच्छी कि नहीं तार कास्ट अनुसार भी लोक मनरो cereals will be there. List the nutrients. What are the nutrients you are supposed to get by providing the cereals? Describe the use of different cereals. Okay. So in the previous units, you are not there. Few of you are not there. But the old students, you had already studied the functions and composition of food and its classification. Food groups, a classification, and we will now learn about the nutritive value of various foods, their selection and use in day-to-day meals. Every day we are having some meal, okay? To add to our understanding of foods. So, as we all know, chapati, puri, paratha, bread, rice, idli, dosa, etc. are some of the food items we are consuming daily. But not all. It depends on your diet, it depends on your age, depends on your economic condition, depends on your culture, depends on your social habits. This we already discussed in the previous chapter. Unit 2 re ye sabu mention kara hechi. The main cereal grains, the main thing kona mate koilu, chawal, foods are rice, jawar and bajra, barley, maize, ragi and kodri. This is also another type of millet type. Okay, we also use them to make some of the things as it is market ro asikiri गोटे गोटे सफा करबा को दरकार नहीं, जस्ट खाली पानी रे धोई दे के कर दिले हे छ किंतु गोटे गोटे कोन होबो बोले कि सफा करी करी स्टोर करबा को पड़िबो तापरे गोटे गोटे कोन बतरै करी तू टेस्ट करबा को पड़िबो गोटे गोटे कोन बतरै करी सुकी दे करी ड्राई हे गला परे पाउडर फॉर एग्जांपल गहम मार्केट रो आणछु आनी कि कोन करछु सफा सफी करी करी सुकी दे करी सुकी सारला परे मिल्क देउछु ताको कोन करछु एटा हमारा टाउन रे करे गां गोली रे हेले गां गोली रे निजे चावल की ये सब कुटी करी से माने निजे यूज करबे ब्रेकफास्ट फूड्स extruded products and various kinds of starches, cereals from bulk of our diet because they are a source of energy and other important nutrients in our body. The cost of these products, they are very low and so they are not at all expensive, but at the same time they are very important. They have a bland, mild taste which is acceptable to young and old people. These combine well with other foods. हमें खाली भात तो खाई परिबनी, खाली रोटी खाई परिबनी, से ता संगे हमें दाल मिसौचु, vegetable मिसौचु, meat मिसौचु, fish मिसौचु, etc. Some of the millets like ragi, bajra, jawar, etc. can grow under extreme drought and poor irrigation conditions. माने गरीब जगह हेले से माने भी चसन फसल कर पारे. So they are easily available and comparatively they are very cheap. Okay. So how you are supposed to select this type of cereals? It is important to select the cereals very wisely because माने गुटे सीजन रे को सीजन मु जानि नहीं नुवा चावल आसे सेति बेले तुम दुकान को जाय कि आमे माने पचारि ने पुरना चावल दियो नुवा चावल देबे नहीं. चावल should be what should I say, should be aged. पुरना चावल हेले रसोई करला बेले को दाना दाना लागिबोनी, पेस्ट बढ़िया हबोनी. संगे संगे फार्म रो आसिकिरी स्टोर रो आसिकिरी तुमे किने किरे तुमे रसोई कर देलु ठीक पेस्ट बढ़िया हे जाय सेति पई. So you have to select the cereal very wisely. For proper selection you have to keep the following instructions in mind when you go to. That's why normally ladies are experts in this. Are you following? I hope that you are following. Grain should be clean and free from dirt, grit and gravel, etc. छोटे पत्थर गुड़ी ये सब gravel, मट्टी बाली सब. They should not be infested with molds, insects or fungus. Sometimes जति इनके कोरे दे गोटे पोको रोई जाए, पोको माने फंगस भी रोई जाए, गोटे चावल की डाल के सब लक्की गिरी फंगस बढ़िया पड़ा है इतने रही जुबो. काढिला बेले को मुंडा मुंडा हेके आसीबो कोटी कोटी जगह रे कळा कळा कोंडा मुकुणी पोको बलिया थाए it should be free from that. Grains or flour grains or flour माने आटा बेसन दाल बेसन आटा maida etc. preferably be brought from cooperative stores, Grahak Sangam and other cooperative organizations so that you will have a very good quality material. Whole wheat is usually ground for use by the families themselves. Whole wheat is usually ground for use. माने आमे माने आधा केजी आनी परबनी family पूरा रोटी खाउचंती north side your Odia side also थोड़े भात खाइबे थोड़े रोटी खाइबे सेति बेले को you have to get all the wheat in the form of 5 kg 10 kg something like that, so you have to purchase it at a time. So when you are purchasing at a time, how you have to store it, you are supposed to know. This helps to prevent the purchase of adulterated flour from the market. Market ru tume anibo, you know what is the meaning of adulteration? Adulteration is a big subject. What a costly thing. They will be mixed with other nonsensical subjects, materials which are very cheap, which are sometimes even harmful to our health. Okay, am I clear with you? Now let me go. Maida should be free from maida achi. Maida tume everything anikiri packet ta kholi ki rokhi dele ta bhitar insects thibo, lumps thibo, mold thibo. Let us say there is no option, you have to take 1 kg maida. Then in that case tume kona karibo katikiri ketiki maida darkar use karibo, the remaining maida pura bolle kiri pack karikiri avanu to tag ta gote pokai degiri tume fridge re rokhi debo, maida will remain very fresh. Okay, puffed rice, where is it? Puffed rice mane mudi and chirwa should be crisp and not having gravel, grit or sand. Churaki, mudiki, a sapu should not have any sort of gravel, gudo, what is that one? Patharo, sand, matti, bali, kichi, khadara jinsu kichi rohibuni. Good quality dalia is free from molds and bad odor. How the gandho hijibo? Because of the insects. Select according to your needs. You have to select. For example, you in your family, they take more roti than more rice. So at that time, you have to do as per the need of your family. Thin, long varieties of rice, they are very costly, are used for making pulao, lamba thai, se pulao, bibhinna rakam na, chibuli vili pulao ro chawal na, basmati rice, poor rice, bibhinna rakam rice, a lamba hegiri sime badiya dise. While short varieties are suitable for khichdi, idli, dosa, etc. Finer varieties of suji are suitable for halwa, while larger particles are better for upma. Upma mane dalia re bhi ame mane upma kore. Tume mane koruchu kine mu jani ne mu kore. Dalia re upma kori pare, khiri kori pare, kette kota kore. Some families, you know, where they are having diabetic people, they use this dalia. Broken wheat, they use it as a regular rice to the grandfather or grandmother or a diabetic patient. Bread should be fresh and wrapped in a hygienic package. Sometimes package hochi tume bread kinki anibo घर को आनी के खोलिला बेले को ता भितर सब मोड़ दिबो कोना गोटे cement color रे fungus होई जिवो. That you are supposed to see. Not only that, bread किनिला बेले मन रखो टिके धरि किरी एंते चिपकिरी देखिबो. If it is a fresh one, it will be soft for your touch. If it is a raw, mane very old one, बहुत hard है जो. Hard है गले मने ताकि तेरे fungus सब वो ready है. Okay. Now there are some exercises. तुम्हें टिके देखो. Doubt लगिले मत टिके phone कोड़ी के पूछा. But then now let us go to nutritive value of cereals. तुम्हें मने what are the cereals? How तुम्हें मने selection करिबो? ये सब जानी जाने तो. So what is the nutritive? हमें जहाँ खाऊचु, there must be some nutritive value. घासो पसो खाइले भी, घासो भीतर भी केते विटामिन अच्छी, फाइबर अच्छी, राफेज अच्छी. In the same way, you are supposed to know हमारा जहाँ चावल पावल रागी बाजरा सब किनुचु, ताकि को nutritive value nutrition, what is nutrition? Our first two chapters te podi sarlu. Taro value kono. These cereals, they give energy. Energy mane what we had already discussed, and they give proteins. Okay. Cereals contain, for example, you had already finished it, and cereals contain around 7 to 12% protein. Monoloco. Cereals and their products provide half or more of the proteins in the Indian diet. So, proteins of cereals is better used if other protein-rich foods like dal, milk, meat, egg, etc. are eaten along with cereals. This is the reason why you have to combine cereal meal, roti meal, dal meal, rice meal, etc. Paratha, curds, right? Every combinations of because it is giving only 7 to 12%. Body cover. And besides it, cereals also are rich in minerals and vitamins. Cereals provide us with important minerals like discussion important minerals like iron. They are also a good source of B complex vitamin. Ragi is especially rich in calcium. Ragi mane koa bodiyare mandiya. Mandiya re I think around 15 varieties of preparations I did. Mandiya re tume papad kori pare, mandiya re tu khiri kori pare, mandiya rice buliya use kori pare. Mandiya is just like a mother. It is so good for all seasons. But many of us in town, we never understand the importance of ragi. Ragi mane mandiya ko pakochi. Mandiya is very good. That's why tribal people, it is their staple food. They enjoy ragi, which is easily available in some of the, I think, Raigada, ye sabu jaga re, bahut sostare se ragi ta mile. Cheta se mane, one of the sokkare se mane lomba time re jaikiri kama sabu bilivare kama koribana, it gives very good energy and it gives very good nutrition. They take ragi kanji. Ragi ku sije dekiri taku kanji badhiya korikiri pani korikiri, if they can afford dohi sangare misei debe, avanu to tikke luno pani sangare miseibe, avanu to gudo pani sangare miseibe, and pecan. And another thing, this gives a sumptuousness. Sumptuousness mane amar odiya re ko habo petto purila badiya lagibo kama koriba ku ichha habo. This ragi is rich in calcium. Main thing is it is rich in the mineral calcium. When whole grain cereals like wheat are milled and refined, the outer layer is removed. This leads to lot of minerals. For example, grains say, so that's why we are losing some minerals and vitamin content of the grain. So refined cereals products like maida have lower content of minerals and vitamins than whole cereal products like atta. That's why many people are discouraging chow mein, noodles, what is that, puri, etc., because they are prepared with atta. Besides all these things, cereals are very good. Discussion that is fiber. What is fiber? All cereals are rich in fiber. That is also another word is called nutritive word, that is roughage. Because of their outer covering, fibers are waste products from the gastrointestinal tract. Smoothly, yes, some discussion kortili. So constipation habone, loose stool asibo, and digestion will be good. Okay. Now there is some exercise you can manage after hearing me what I said. Now let us go to what are the common cereal grains. Not only cereals, they are called cereal grains. What are they? Dekho 11-4-1 rekonachi wheat. This is the most important thing. Gohamo. This is widely used cereal all over the world. It may be consumed in different forms like whole cracked wheat in the porridge or other breakfast foods. Oats खाए से porridge बढ़िया करी wheat को कर दिए different types. That's why it is very highly nutritious, it gives roughish, and it is sumptuous. Whole wheat flour, atta, in the form of chapatis, puris, and parathas. Semolina, that means suji or rava. Suji or rava in the form of upma, kesari, etc. Into normally लोगों को है suji, refined suji is not very good. It may lead to acidity. सेदिमें आमे माने सुजी रे गुड नुवा टाइप आ सुजी डालिया जदि सुजी जागा रे सुजी उपमा जागा रे तुमे माने डालिया उपमा करबो it is very tasty, it is fiber rich, it is protein and mineral vitamin rich, etc. Okay, and let us go to refined wheat flour maida cake रे there is no option or time use कर देले cake टा भला लागी बनी you have to use in the cake and the cookies, bread and biscuits से हम माने मैदा use करवा को पड़ेगा. Extruded products like macaroni, spaghetti and noodles. These are the very refined मैदा रे से माने prepare करिकिरी product prepare करिकिरी pack करिकिरी हमें को दिए. Some of the noodles and spaghettis and macaroni सबूत इके पैकेट एक नहीं देबो गरम पानी रे मिसे लेकर खाई देबो. Some they can prepare in a packed thing. These are. So when wheat is grounded into whole wheat flour atta, no part of the grain is separated. Everything is mixed. In the making of refined wheat like maida, the outer maida re kona hoji, the outer fibrous thing ta semane kadi dekiri eta refined ta deochi. Okay. Now let us go to other thing, rice, which is a cereal. Rice, every one of us know, it is an important staple food in all the menus. This rice we can prepare in different forms, not one form. If you go to South and Kerala, this rice, different, more than 20 varieties of menus they prepare only with rice. Ame mane pray man jani chukono rice mane bhato, pokala bhato, etc., khiri, etc. Kintu in other places, this rice with different types of cooking methods and different types of combinations they are going to. Rice is another cereal that is widely used. It is very simple to cook and soft compared to other, and it is not having any side effect. Rice has an attractive appearance and a bland flavor. Bland flavor, it blends very easily. Bhato kordelu bhato ko khiri re bhi use kori pare, sambar re bhi use kori pare, torkari re bhi use kori pare, palav re biryani re bhi use kori pare, chicken curry re bhi use. Anyway, it can blend very easily. That means our adaptability with other foods is very important. Easily with many foods. So about this, let us go to this. Time. So let us go. They have a fibrous husk or outer covering which is not eaten. This may be hand pounded. This may be pounded or milling. This rice is milled, it gets cleaned and the outer husk is removed. That is why 50% of our vitamins and minerals and proteins will be removed. Husky brown rice, hand pounded rice is always good. Kintu machine re zore pounding korle tar external layer na nasto he jaye. Okay, it is then sieved and polished. Polishing reduces the minerals. So the polished rice looks very sweet and very neat. I mean, let us go for a polished rice. In that case, polishing reduces the minerals and vitamin content of the grains. So, polished rice has less nutrient. As for nowadays, many people they are going for brown rice, brown bread, brown thing, hand pounded thing, and like that. Even though it has a refined appearance, it does not spoil easily by insects. Parboiled rice that is prepared by soaking. Seman parboiled rice mane tumar odiya re kon ko abo ushna chawla bode. Ushna chawla. This is what they say, you know. in a salty, in a water, they soak it and they boil it, semi boil karibe, tapre sukai debe, sukai de kare, tapre bikri pai debe. This polished parboiled rice is prepared by soaking the paddy in hot water and then steaming it for some time. It steam steam. It is then dried and the husk is removed. After husk tapre kahi remove korle tumhe mane mate puchar pare madam husk jaiti sabu vitamin B complex ta chali jaye, but no, when it is in the water, when the steam, when it is when it is exposed to steaming, all the B complex vitamins will be penetrated and what should I say, penetrated and embedded into the rice. That is why the Ushna Chawlo is much better than polished rice. It is then dried and the husk is removed. Okay. The water used for steeping paddy dissolves vitamins and minerals present in the outer layer and carries them into the grain. So, valuable nutrients which would otherwise be lost in milling are retained in the grain. Parboiled rice is therefore very nutritious and comparatively cheap, and it is available more. Our Odia loko basic parboiled rice ta khai dibe. Rice flakes mane chuda, and puffed rice mane mudi are processed rice flakes. Rice flakes or chirva or rice flakes, it is like another type of chuda, are made after soaking the paddy in hot water, perching it explained in, for example, in selection there, by roasting and then flattening it by force, which by hot to form flakes. Roasting helps to toast the grain, resulting in partial cooking. So therefore, rice flakes need very little time to cook and are used as a snack. Puffed rice is a good money. Kichi doubts the limit. Are you with me on the other side of the line? Can you ask me any questions? No, you are not hearing me or what? I don't know.
Hello.
Kichi doubt of mama?
Ma'am, assignment ऊपर doubt है. जो अपना first जो chapter 13 टा बुझेले.
13. What रे?
Assignment जो आप previous जो 13 टा.
Code होचो 13. एटा किछ 13 नहीं. सेटा आसीबो. तुम काई परेशान होचो. हमें बोले वर्तमान कोड होचो माने 1142 रे होचो नै कि?
आ previous जोटा कहले आपण 11 11.3 जोड़ी
11.4 11.3 nutritive value of cereals कोई ना, it gives energy, proteins, it gives minerals, vitamins, it gives fiber rich. अब कौन डाउट लग रहा तुम्हें को?
नहीं मैम वो कोई नहीं हाँ बुझ पाइली आगे
प्रोसीड की
आगे प्रोसीड करें
तुम्हें कितनी डाउट दिले? अच्छा 1143 को मट्टी के जामा 1143 बाजरा जवाब. These are millets mainly used for making bread known as roti, and you may also perch or ताको बतरेगिरी ferment कोरिगिरी तुम्हें माने खाई पारे and make them into several other products. They are very easily digestible. They are commonly used for feeding small children, bajra, etc. And maize 1144 maize hochi, and this is extensively used in many parts of India. It is usually माने थोड़े maize टा बहुत hella बेलको raw तिला बेलको when it is fresh. We are using mokka as it is. तापरे बहुत तेला बेलको से माने ताको सुखे देगिरी ताको powder करगिरी ताको use करी. So maize is very good, nutritious. It is usually eaten as when it is raw and tender. तुम्हें आजकल नोट आसुची sweet mokka, ordinary mokka. It is also available as maize flour and breakfast cereals like cornflakes. हमें माने morning खीरो रे fruits सब पके दिए Hero re tapre cornflakes tike pakai diye, and it will be a very good children's breakfast as well as convalescents. Mane कार रोगी रोगुट बाहर ला बेड़को ये cornflakes tike मिसे देले तार digestion ता हो. Corn oil also is available. Corn starch also is available. All these things are okay. Then ragi. About ragi, I already discussion kortelu. Then kodri. And kodri it is also a millet consumed in Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh. It is roasted and boiled like in the same way. I mean, rice kimti khauchu ground into the flour. Semane kodri ni simti khaibe. Then next one, 1147 extruded products. They are products like macaroni, noodles, spaghetti. These are cooked by boiling in plenty of water. The excess water is then drained away. तुम्हें excess water drain करला बेलकू कौन सी nutrition किसी नष्ट हुए नहीं. But at the same time, you can eat them as it is without any problem, along with other foods like तुम्हें for example noodles संगरे तुम्हें मैंने कहते बेले टिके vegetables सब सीजे देगी ता संगरे मिसे पारे, and also you can mix with the dals, and you can also mix with omelette or eggs, etc. Okay, what is that one? Minced meat, etc. Sprouting, patching, and fermentation of cereals. Sprouting तुम्हें मैंने संगरे मो previously discussion करतिली, patching also discussion करतिली, fermentation ऊपरे discussion करतिली. But again we will touch it once again. Sprouting माने हमें बत्रे देबो, बत्रे किरी गोटे गुद्दा कनारे ताकू रोकी देला परे next day को गोटे कोनो गोज्जा मुगो गोज्जा टा आसे. This goja is very rich in B complex. Around B complex, not only B complex, vitamin C. As vitamin C and B complex are water soluble vitamins, after sprouting, this particular dal, you should not cook. You should not keep it exposed. You should not keep it for next day eating. You have to eat as it is, so that the B complex vitamin and vitamin C will not be evaporated. For sprouting, soak the gram for 12 to 14 hours. So, set up patrekiri tabitritu gojamugo asibu. Perching is soaking the grain in water and then roast them in hot iron pan. Ame mane set up koga china badam, what is that one? Chona butto, ye sabu, that's called perching. Soak the grain in water and then roast them in hot iron pan contain mukur. What is that? Mudi simple. Okay, containing heated sand. The grain afterwards, the grains will be taken. The dust can be the sand, the nice sand. No problem at all. They keep it for using second time. Then fermentation. Fermentation I had already discussed previously. You have to soak the grains for more than overnight hella pre soak the grain, से grain को तुम्हें बाटिकिरी ताकू लुणो देकिरी बाटिको खाइबा सोडा देकिरी बाटिकिरी ताकू ढंकुनी देकिरी रखी देबो. Next day morning use करिबा पई. Normally we use this fermentation process for cake preparation, idli preparation, dosa preparation, and other preparations. It also makes the cereal. Because of fermentation, the cereals will be easily digested and richer in B complex vitamins like idli, dosa, pulcha something are fermented cereal preparations which are popular. To make idlis and dosas, you can prepare the fermented. Yes, more than that. Exercise. Now let us go to. Are you now with me? Any doubts about it? I am going to. Next, this thing, what it is, Mama? Selection. Now, the most important thing, all people who are very much conscious of fats and oils in our, agically, gote nova rakam cooking vessels miduchi, fat-free, fat nupokekiri, non-sticky vessels. Because fats are used karibako chamu. Because gradually in 21st century, all of us we are very much conscious of our weight. We are very much conscious of our weight. That's why fats and oils we are having in a limited thing. But at the same time, तुमको previously कहली kilocalories. 4 grams of carbohydrates, carbohydrate, 1 gram of carbohydrate will give 4 grams of kilocalories. 1 gram of proteins will give 4 kilocalories, but whereas 1 gram of fats will give 9 kilocalories. That means energy level is very, very high in these fats and oils. Okay, then what are these fats? Let us go. In the earlier units, we had already discussed cereals, pulses, vegetables, meats, etc. They are the different foodstuffs. And these foodstuffs, rice hochi. Ordinary rice ko sidhe kina main khauchu. Ordinary rice ko pulao karke khauchu. Ordinary rice ko biryani karke khauchu. Ordinary cereals ko dosa idli karke khauchu. To make it very tasty, you have to use fry it, etc. With the fats and oils, etc. To make these foods into a variety of appetizing, tasty preparations like vegetable curries, cutlets, pakoras, samosas, etc. Puri, halwa, etc. We have to need. For example, atta misaidu. Gote logo sukar atta khaibe, paratha khaibe. Paratha tasty haba. Sukar roti, hello. Anything you want to say? No. Sukar roti gote hochi. Paratha tasty haba pai mane kon use karuchu? Ghee use karuchu, dalda use karuchu, refined oil use karuchu. Okay. In this chapter, what is the definition and dietary sources of fats and oils? You see, this is very, very important. Fats and oils are triglycerides of glycerol and fatty acids. These fatty acids, all fats and oils are having these fatty acids, can be two types. One is good Geo Pochatilla, first day. I do not know whether she is there or not. But these fatty acids can be saturated fatty acids or unsaturated fatty acids. These fats which contain more of saturated fatty acids they are very, very solid in room temperature. Like ghee, solid are known as fats, and others are known as oils, which are in the oils, say oil, refined oil, etc. Oil, sorso tello, ye sabu, ghee, dalda, everything is in the form of fatty acids, which are liquid at room temperature. These which are solid at room temperature, for example, let us say 18 to 24 degrees centigrade, ghee and vanaspati are called fats. Okay, whereas these are liquid, example, whereas what are the liquid fats? They are called vegetable oils. Vibhinna rakam oil, sunflower oil, tilseed oil, sarso oil, types of oil are available. Regarding the dietary sources of fats can be classified as visible and invisible fats. Visible mane ghee disuchi, dalda disuchi, refined oil disuchi. Sabu disuchi, fats disuchi, oil disuchi. Kintu gotte vegetable oil, gotte fats disibane. Kon say these fats are in the form of cereals, egg yolk, and in other animal foods are invisible fats. That is why when we are eating something, we always are cautious of to take how much fat it is consisting of. Fat-free diet, whether it is consisting of fats or not. Now, selection of how we are going to select these fats and oils. For everything, selection is very, very important. Especially fats and oil selection, it may become poisonous. Our market pakodi sabu chana hochi, sokade chana hochi, Monday chana hochi. After 2 days again, the same fat he will not throw it out. He uses the same fat, heats and reheats and heats. And this consists of hello. Please do not discuss among yourselves. If you want to talk to me, you please talk to me. You are distracting me. Doubtful. तुम्हें किसी पचारवर अच्छी मामा? Please don't
Ma'am,
discuss
is
among
this,
yourselves kindly.
ma'am,
What
is
for
this,
you?
ma'am, is this in a DEC course, ma'am?
That you will ask afterwards.
Ma'am,
CFN course. Second पचार
ma'am,
वर्तमान किसी पचार I am teaching you. Okay.
no, ma'am, I want to know about that it is in DEC course or not.
That you will ask office. मते पचार मु गोटे पाठ पढ़ौछि वर्तमान DC कोर्स के डाउट कोन लागिला तुमे को हां and selection of
No,
fats
no,
and
no.
oils how we will
Actually, if you, it is CFN class. If you are a DC student, please leave the class. It is not DC class. It is CFN class. Please leave if you are not a CFN student.
Okay, okay, okay.
okay no problem okay select the fats and oils according to your duty. That means specifically I am telling you, you have to tell if you are becoming a dietitian or if you are a housewife or anything, you should be extremely careful, especially with fats and oils. Kaiki ta bhittare posikiri poison thibo tum mane jani paribani. For example, चावल भितरे पोको हिजना कोन हिची गुडी हिची हमें को आखी को दिसुतिबो किंतु फैट्स ऑयल से जणा पड़े नै गुटे गुटे ऑयल गरम करके ता भितरे छाणी करी दोती पे मार्केट रे. That's why how you have to select oils. Sometimes you know these oils may be opened, the tin will be opened and the dukana wala kette maso पर्यंत से देउतिबे. Oils and fats should have a natural flavor and color. They should be clean and free from any तबितरे कौन सी solid particles रोइबा कथा नै, dust रोइबा कथा नै, dirt रोइबा कथा नै. टिके सुंगी के देखिबो सुंदर वासना आसीबा कथा हां किंतु गंध वासना आसीबा कथा नै. Buy the fat or oil of a आगे देखिबो को company oil this is. Okay, do not buy oils and fats loose. गोटे गोटे डब्बा खोली देखरी लूज फैट्स थिबो सबु बेले मन रखो sealed packet bollo company packet and it was not opened packet, that only you have to purchase. Butter should be wrapped in a hygienic package. For example, you brought a butter packet to apply it on your bread toast. Then after using this butter, मैंने ताकू एमिति open atmosphere रे रखी बनी. Immediately you keep it in the fridge. जल्दी तुम्हें को fridge नहीं, doesn't matter. You can immediately consume it. Or if you still want to use it next day, sorry nahi, then keep this butter in a small bowl and keep this steel bowl in a water plate and cover it, and it acts like a indigenous method of a locally available refrigerator. But at the same time, do not use the butter for a long time. Okay, then this nutritive value of fats and oils to nutritive value vachi fats and oils are very important. Main thing kona mama tume kohutili, it gives you 9 kilocalories of energy. That's why people who are तुम माने को फर्स्ट चैप्टर रे मो डिस्कशन करथिली सेडेंटरी वर्क, हेवी वर्क, मॉडरेट वर्क. ओके, हेवी वर्क वाला केते तेलो पिल्लो खाई देले भी हजम हे जिवो किंतु सेडेंटरी एंड मॉडरेट वर्क वाला दे शुड नॉट ईट फैट्स. सेति में केते लोग कहले चना जिंस मु खाइबनी ये सब. So you are already you had already previously first day, second day I had already covered up. But at the same time, you should, however, not consume too much of fats because too much of fat will lead to digestive problems, indigestion, health problems, etc. Not only that, it will lead to other parallel heart problems like diabetes, heart problem, etc. Because if you take excess, this excess, if you are not spending it, it will be stored in the form of layers. गोद्दी बढ़िया सबू organ चारियाडिला कोटे सरू layer रो fat अच्छी किंतु बेसी तुम्हें fat खाइबो this layer will become increased. Okay, fats and oils provide vitamin, fat soluble vitamins तुम्हें को अगर beginning रे कोदली A, D, and K, fats from mineral sources like ghee and butter are especially rich in vitamin A. Yellow color, माने butter सबको yellow color था है ना? That's hello. Vitamin A and D are added to vanaspati so that, for example, vanaspati re, some of the fats, what they do, they add vitamin A and D to enrich vanaspati. But at the same time, because vanaspati is very cheaply available, previously they used to use a lot. But nowadays, when different types of refined oils, vegetables, oils are available, health conscious people are stopped eating the dalda. So, but at the same time, commercial people, they add vitamin A and D, which is very cheap, this vanaspati for preparation. It gives a good taste also. Okay. Now let me go to normally what are the fats and oils? Butter is a fat, ghee is a fat. What are the butter? You know butter and you know ghee, let me not. And oils, different types of oils are there, vegetable sources, mainly coconut oil, sunflower oil, till oil, cotton seed oil, corn oil, soybean oil, groundnut oil, mustard oil. All these things they are coming from. And the latest discovery they did it from sunflower oil, a till oil, cotton seed oil. Yes, of course, discover because there the fat content will be comparatively less. Okay, and different oils are used in different regions. Different, for example, mustard oil they use in other places in south and etc. they will not. And Kerala, coconut oil, every food item they use the coconut oil in Kerala. Okay, groundnut oil in Gujarat, sunflower oil in Maharashtra, till oil in Tamil Nadu. Till money. What is the money use for it? Till oil money. Rasi oil in Tamil Nadu, and ghee, like ghee, you can use these oils for cooking vegetables, curries, pulses, meat, for anything, for any cooking you can use all these oils. You can also use them to fry. All fries you can use these oils without any problem. But some people, they are very rich people and everything, they use ghee also for frying. To constant ghee chona jinso to khaile, because ghee is a very rich source of energy. It will not be digested properly. That's why normally we go for refined oils. Then you are having some exercises. Then let us go to vanaspati. Fat is made from vanaspati oil. The oil is treated with hydrogen gas in such a way, oils treat with hydrogen gas. Automatically the liquid portion, it will be changed into semi-solid mass which resembles ghee. Vitamin A, D are added to it. Like ghee and oils, you can use vanaspati for cooking and frying foods. And also it is cheap. That's why normally bahare market re logo mane this one you can use vanaspati in the place of butter to make cakes. Mane sasta dukan re cakes bhi miluchi. Logo mane are cake eta miluchi kai ki ame mane bakery cakes are very costly. These cakes very vanaspati. Okay. They prepare with the different types of biscuits. All these things dalda re kore. Vartaman kete logo dalda kar do mane paratha re ki kichudi something biscuits ki ye sabu simane mise diye so that it will be tasty. Not only that, it will be crispy. It makes the product crispy and tender. Although vanaspati is made of oils, it does not leave any specific fatty acids which are important for a healthy skin and heart. So if you take more vanaspati, it may lead some other heart problems. This is so because these fatty acids are changed when oils are treated with hydrogen gas to make vanaspati. Now let us go to olive oil. This olive oil, yesterday I came to know in Punjab during this, what is this one? Corona, what is this? Corona memo, isolation, social isolation, etc. Some time re, se mane Punjabi wale Chandigarh, they wanted to get olive oils from foreign country. Normally, very rich people, this is very costly. They prepare the oil from olives, and it is very costly thing, and it is not having any side effects, and it is highly nutritious, and it is not having any bad odor, and it is very tasty. It is a traditional tree. It is olive. It is a traditional tree. Mama ko.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Very good afternoon. Go jaldi ko.
Could you repeat, ma'am? Suna wala nito.
Suna mo nahi.
Again.
Olive oil kota koilu na. Olive oil kota na.
Again.
12.55 re tumhe pala. 12.55 re golle. Ye olive oil is a very costly oil, very nice oil without any side effects, and it is having a very good taste.
Okay.
And telo indigestion lage na, kintu olive oil is not having any side effects. Olive oil is a fruit oil. It is a fruit oil. Groundnut oil. Groundnut oil anamane khauchu na, kintu groundnut oil ru eta better. Groundnut oil ru eta costly. Groundnut oil ru it is nutritious. Groundnut oil ru it is tasty. बुझी पारछ त? किंतु माने मिडिल क्लास फैमिली हमें ऑलिव ऑयल खाइबो नहीं. तार दाम केते मुझे काहे कि ऑलिव ऑयल खाए नहीं. बुझुची? बहुत पैसा, बहुत कॉस्टली. सेति में चंडीगढ़ बड़ा बड़ा लोग माने कहले हमें माने को ऑलिव ऑयल दरकार. काहे कि वर्तमान ऑलिव ऑयल मिलु नहीं. गंडगोल करछन. कोरदा किछ परवा. सुनो, this olive oil is available from it is coming from a olive oil fruit achi. Say fruit ru, it is a traditional tree crop. The wild olive tree originated in Asia Minor and also widely grown in the Mediterranean basin. The oil extracted from the olive fruit is classified into different grades like virgin olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, pure olive oil, refined oil for retail purpose. That means as per this variety, the cost of it depends. Nowadays, olive oil is widely being used for food consumption purpose. Refined olive oil and pure olive oil are used for deep frying. Extra virgin oil is used for salad re semane olive oil sprinkle करके खाए तार गोटे taste आसीबो. Salad dressing and virgin oil is used for salad. माने vegetable salad रे semane sprinkle करिवे. Virgin oil, olive oil is preferred in everyday cooking. For example, मु तुमने को extra information देबी. Everyday तुमे कि ऑलिव ऑयल हाथ रे पके के और एते चम्मच रे काडी के पी देबो तुम्हार स्किन ता एते सुंदर हबो तुमे ब्यूटी क्वीन बलिया हे जबो केते दिन हला. ऑलिव ऑयल रे एते बोल्लो गुण अछि. Extra virgin oil is used for salads and this olive oil is preferred in everyday cooking. Olive oil is considerably rich in monounsaturated fats which reduce the risk of heart disease. That is why rich people who can afford, rich people who are having heart disease without chona pana no khaile se mane khai paribane je mane olive oil ko use kare. It is also a very good source of polyunsaturated fats. Any doubts? Any doubts? No doubt achhi mama? It is also good source of. तुम्हें डिस्टर्ब कर गए ना मतलब साउंड से कुछ ठीक है डिस्टर्ब कर गए. It is also good source of polyunsaturated fats, which is lower the cholesterol level. Olive oil is a storehouse. That means it is very rich in many other nutrients. Right? Please do not talk about yourself. It is disturbing my class. Kindly do not disturb. Hello? Please do not disturb. Many other nutrients like vitamin, fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, which have beneficial effects on health. This is the reason why we have to use olive oil, and it is being nowadays. Olive oil is encouraged for health, for taste, for some taste, etc. Olive oil is, however, seen. It is very expensive as compared to other kinds of oil, because this products of olive oil, olive crop, is a long process and it needs advanced technology for its production. That is why it is very, very costly. Like that, our China badam compare kudle, our Kaju badam costly na, same thing. Okay. Then choice of cooking medium. तुम्हारे कुकिंग मीडियम माने गोटे मीडियम दरकार भात सिजेबा पई पानी दरकार पापड़ भाजीबा पई कुकिंग दरकार that is called medium. Choice of cooking medium. Fats are made up of fatty acids which include saturation fatty acids SFA, monosaturated fatty acids MUFA, and polysaturated fatty acids PUFA. This table is giving all these things. See, classification of fats and oils as per the fatty acid content. You can go through this. Let me not. And it is there: saturation A, micro unsaturated A, polyunsaturated is divided into two: linoleic and linolenic. A of both: cotton seed oil, corn oil, soybean oil, mustard oil, etc. Another point which should be of interest is the choice of oil. Every day what you are supposed to use. Every day तुम्हें घी खाई बननी. Every day तुम्हें refined oil रखो. Choice of fat or oil for good health is one, which maintains a balance so as to give a ratio of polyunsaturated or saturated of 8:1:0. All these things we have to maintain. For maintaining an appropriate balance of health and fatty deposits, fatty acids in cereal-based diets, we have to depend on plant foods rich in linoleic acids. So the choice of cooking oil should be, केमिति तुम्हें choice करिवो should be as follows. तुम्हें माने वर्तमान कोथिलु groundnut oil, rice bran ruby oil काढ़ दिए रे मां. Rice bran or sesame, moderate linoleic acid, soybean oil containing both linoleic and other linoleic acids. Recently, I read it in a newspaper near Vijayanagaram and that side, the coronavirus is not at all spreading rampantly in other places, because these people, the rural area people, they are taking the sediment, जिंजरी तेल माने राशि तेल ना राशि तेल काढ़ी सारले परे से चप्पाटा थिबो which is highly protein rich food से चप्पा को से माने लंका सब मिसे देगिरी बुढ़ी बुढ़िया करके सुखे देबे सेटा से माने पखाड़ा भातरे खाइबे. Because of this राशि तेल पीड़िया is very having a resistance power against corona infection बोली न्यूज़ दे पड़ेगी. तुम्हें मैंने बेटी के देखो. Combination of two oils in approximately equal proportions, sunflower oil or safflower oil, or they are high linoleic acid, along with palm oil, low linoleic acids. Mustard oil, हमारे बढ़िया वाला बहुत mustard oil रे गोटे smell भी आसे. Mustard oil we are using it for some other medical treatments also. Mustard oil खाई दिले And this oil, along with any other cooking oil, this will reduce the hierarchy or other oils, and thereby it is undesirable health effects. If you mix this mustard oil with other oils, it will not have any side effects or unhygienic effects. Okay, let us go to what is our role of fats and oils in food preparation. What is the role of fats and oils in food preparation?
Ma'am, saturated unsaturated जो fatty acid अच्छी तारो formula टी कोई दियंतु
फॉर्मूला कोथिल पर तुम्हें को अगर कौन होती
मैम
तुम्हें को अगर कोथिल सैचुरेटेड अनसैचुरेटेड
मैम saturated and unsaturated formula टी कोई दियंतु
example these fats are triglycerides of glycerol and fatty acids. I have to go up again. Saturated fatty acids, they are solid at room temperature around 18 to 24 degrees centigrades. They are ghee, vanaspati and fat. Okay. Unsaturated fatty acids, they are liquids at room temperature like all vegetable oils or unsaturated fatty acids. And fats which are visible, they are oil and ghee, vanaspati. But there are some fats which are called as invisible. They are in the form of non-vegetarian things. Okay, I will cover it up then after some time. Okay.
Formula कुछ बता?
Formula item mention कराया है formula तापरे मैं तुम्हें कोई भी. When the formula is coming, I will tell you. Okay. Role of fats and oils.
Again, thank you.
Role of fats and oils in food preparation. Certain fats, this can be softened like ghee and butter, are often used as a, this one, they will use it to spread on the bread and sandwiches. Fats are used as a shortening agent in baking, biscuits, cakes, pastries, use for fats. Fats and oils are used as a medium for cooking, and a deep frying the food is dipped into fat while cooking. It is used for preparation like puri, samosa, etc., etc. Okay. Change in fats and oils. For example, if you heat this fat or oil for a long time, our chain sometimes it may lead to toxic condition in a simple way. Okay, that is why खेती के fat दरकार, खेती के oil दरकार, सेत्ती के मात्रा हमें मने use करवा को पड़ेगा. As far as possible, to deep fat frying, shallow fat frying gochi, deep fat frying gochi, and small smearing fat frying gochi. Deep fat frying re oil ka 1 day or the other 2 days you can maximum you can use. Afterwards, I am suggesting you have to throw that oil. Today, one family they observe for the health of their children. Whenever they are frying any papad or anything, once frying the whole oil they throw it out. But poor people they cannot throw the thing. But at the same time, it is my advice, as far as possible, use less fat, less oils, so that storing is not required. Reusing of it is not required. The fat and oil used for frying should not be heated at a smoked point. Both chaniba pai put smoke asila pare na me chanu. So, this smoked point asila pare, this oil should not be used for a long time. At this point, the fat starts decomposing with emission of blue smoke, which is irritating, and then the fat is not suitable for frying. So, it is therefore important to choose fats with high smoking point. Example, oil and vanaspati for frying in preference to ghee. So, heat and fat well before frying, but do not overheat. Heat and fat should not before frying should not be overheated. To check if the fat is hot, you just ame mane telo chaniba pai age dekhibo kon tikke bump bale asutibo tikke food grain ta ta bhitere pakai debo CCC heat upar pasila, that means this temperature is quite sufficient for frying. Okay, to check if the fat is hot, the food dropped in fat should be flowed. Automatically it will come up. Similarly, a piece of bread will puff and brown at once in hot pan. If the fat is overheated, the food burns from outside but remains uncooked inside. Let us say fat बहुत ହେଇଗଲା ଆମେ ମାନେ କରିଦେଲୁ କରିଦେଲା ପରେ ବାହାରେ କଳା ହେଇଯିବ କିନ୍ତୁ ଭିତରେ ଜିନିଷଟା ସିଝିବ ନାହିଁ ସେଥିପାଇଁ better when once heat oil ଗୋଟେ ରକମରେ temperature को ଆସିଲା ପରେ ତୁମେ temperature को କମେଇ ଦେବ so that the heat will penetrate the first layer and enter the food article. ସେଥିପାଇଁ ତୁମେ ମାନେ दोसा की पराठा की किसी करले बेले को एकातरे तेल की घी पकई दे किरी एकातर गरम में गेले पराठाटा भितरे पटे पंचा पंचा रहिबो. If the fat has not been heated properly, the food absorbs a lot of fat and becomes greasy. जदि बोल किरी हेई नथिबो से greasy हे जाय. For good frying एटा मु गुटे information तुमे को शेयर करबा को चाहूची. It is an information for you. If you add more cooking soda in your frying things so that it will swell like anything, it becomes soft like anything, but the secret is the food material will absorb, like pakoda, etc., will absorb more fat. As far as possible, do not use cooking soda in your food material, otherwise it will absorb more fat, which is very bad for your health. If the fat has not been heated properly, the food absorbs a lot of fat and becomes greasy. For good frying, heat the fat to the required temperature and then immediately lower koribo. Kaiki तुमे को अगर डिस्कशन करूची तोले सब कड़ा हे जिवो बाहर सब कड़ा हे जिवो भीतर पटे सिजिबनी then immediately lower the heat, then start cooking the heat. When the fat cools down in between, heat is up again before frying the next batch of food items. Layer batch means layer. Okay, frying gives a rich flavor. Frying for a rich flavor and texture to food and makes it very crispy. विभिन्न रकम जिनिसो हमें माने फ्राई करे even macho ki मांसो की अंडा की ये सब everything. There is also an increase in the energy value of food. काहे कि फ्राइंग करूछु तेल रे करूछु सेति पई the increase energy level will be increased when it is fried in oil. So due to the high temperature used in frying, microorganisms present in food will be destroyed. That is why some people, you know what they do, माने गोटे पुराना जिंसो सबु माने जना पड़ी माने खाइबा जिंसो को वल्लगिरी छाणी देकिर देई दी तुमे माने जानी परिबने त भितरे microorganism, of course microorganism will be destroyed, but केते केते लोको so that the mold and everything जना न जना पई से माने पूरा फ्राई करके देई दी. Fried foods are however not digested easily because of the fat absorbed in frying. Frying normally takes a lot of time for digestion. That's why को दिन तुम्हें बिरयानी ये सब खाई देबो, fat food खाइबो, frying जिनसो खाइबो, you will have a feeling of indigestion with you. At that time, if it is possible, after 1 hour of enjoying the good fat frying food, biryani, chana jinso, after 1 hour, take plenty of water so that it will cleanses your digestive system. The amount of fat absorbed during frying depends on a number of factors such as the composition and consistency of the food being fried. Food row consistency can be, for example, let us say paneer पनीर को मु केते जागा रे देखली पनीर को खंड करकिरी छाणी दिए छाणी देला बेल को कोन होबो से माने सुंदर दिसिबो देखिबा पे चुळिबो किंतु आउटर लेयर कड़ा हे जिवो भीतर लेयर धोला होबो दिस फ्राइंग ऑफ पनीर the amino acids will convert into such a state digestion will be very difficult. So as far as possible I always suggest never fry the paneer. पनीर को ऑलरेडी सेमी प्रोसेस हेकि आसीची ताकू काटी देकि तुमे तरकारी रे मिसै दिबो किंतु फ्राइंग करबे नहीं and food being fried temperature of frying कितने temperature high temperature हे गले it will lead to other problems and nature of fat डालडा पेटा यूज कर देले and open what is that sealed डब्बा नोई गिरी opened fat यूज करे ये फ्राइंग सब फ्राइंग पे यूज करले कोन होबो तुमर हेल्थ टा टिके खराब होबो more fat is absorbed with more amount of shortening more fat is absorbed with more amount of shortening so presence of sugar eggs and moisture in the food is having the same effect less fat is absorbed during frying if fats with a high smoking point is used okay now exercise is there you go through it here are fats and oils during माने केमिति ए फैट्स को तुमे स्टोर करिवो ऑयल्स को स्टोर करिवो when fats and oils are stored for a prolonged period they become उडे रकम रे वासना हो जाए by the action of air water and enzymes rancidity माने खराब हे गला rancidity leads to an undesirable change in the flavor वासना गोटे रकम रे आसे and composition the bidare chemical composition also will be destroyed these changes occur immediately during the storage of heated fats thore heat करके ताको सेमते रखि देलु सेटा गोटे रकम गंध हो जाए rancid fats tend to foam and rinse and rise when you heat ये माने तेलटा खराब हे गला तुमे दी तीन तरह यूज कर देलो आउतरे यूज करला बेले को तुमे को जणा पड़िबो it will give you some foam and also it will raise when it is raising when you are heating it will raises to prevent rancidity fry some potatoes or tamarind at the end so माने suppose सही गला किंतु तुमे ता भीतर गोटे हाफ लीटर की 1/4 लीटर की रोई गला सो एति बेले को तुमे ता भीतर छोट पोटैटो की tamarind की ताको फ्राई करके काट देबो this potato and tamarind they believe it is a belief to prevent the spoilage store कर किंतु केते तर तुमे तेलो पिलो सब फिंगी देबो सेति पे बेटर टा स्टोरेज टा रोइबो ओके strain the fat or oil for example sometimes you know when you are seta kono kakra pita korla bele ko tere kakra pita ठीक न हेले सेटा खोली देकरी ता भितरे स्टफिंग जहा करलो सेटा बाहर को पळे आसे एटा हीट संगरे ही कि आसबो सेति बेले को तुमे कोन करबो सब रसे सुला परे ठंडा हे गला परे better to strain the fat or oil after frying to remove solid particles say solid particles सेमति रखि देकरी तुमे माने आउतरे करिवो it may lead to other side effects of wrong side effects of health store fat in a closed container free of moisture in a cool place add some rich fat or oil during storage or when the stored fat is to be reused for frying best practice is to use required amount of oil सब बेले एटा is not संभव सेति बेले किंतु as far as possible तुमे को केति के दरकार सेति को मात्र यूज करो जति यूज करि पारिबने रोही गला तेलो से ऊपरे मु जहा मेंशन करली से मेथड ता तुमे यूज करो oil and using the heated oil with it, and okay rohi gala as far as possible try to store it in a proper way eta ame discussion kortilu and use it as quick as possible tab exercise hoche dekhibo tume ame mane let us go to next one सेटा कोन अछि मामा नेक्स्ट वन टिके रोल स्टोर कर दे selection and preparation of sugar and jaggery and their nutritive value. Okay, are you with me now? Any doubts? Hello, you are not there? Let us hope you are there. Say selection and preparation of sugar and jaggery and their nutritive value. Sugar and jaggery. Nowadays, you know, the latest nutritive advice. लोगों माने dietitian सब को देउछथि sugar is very bad for health, jaggery is the best because sugar e कोन हला refined हे के आसिकरी सेटा आ भितरे जहा natural minerals and everything आते हैं ये सब डिलीट माने नष्ट हो जाउछि नहीं ता बेटर jaggery टा सब मिठा रे सब कोले ना nowadays you go to even in मिठा shop also gudo jaggery mane gudo their nutritive value. What are the nutritive value? Previously I told you this gives very good energy, sugar and jaggery, and it gives when compared to proteins and carbohydrates it gives more energy like 9 kilocalories. Okay, now let me see what are the things we are going to have. These are the nutritive value of sugar, etc. Now let me go there. You enjoyed eating बहुत माने मीठा पेटा खाइबा पई भल लागे. Okay, like मीठा टा sugar use करके हमें माने बर्फी गुलाब जामुन रसगुल्ला etc. हमें माने use करछि. Nowadays even in milk दुकान रे मीठा दुकान रे भी लोग कहउछंती sugarless sweets, sugarless sweets. I do not know how they are doing. Sugarless sweets होछि माने तुमे विश्वास करबे नै काहे कि द पागोटा आसे नै without sugar. But at the same time there are some मोर sweet tooth होछि मोर diabetes होछि मो हेल्थ को हबने बेली से माने खाइबे नै. These sweets and desserts form an important part of माने और गोटे भी होछि तुमे मील खाइ सारला परे लास्ट को fruit की sweet की it is a must. It should be a must in your diet. Kaiki in your meal. Kaiki mukochi. A sweet after meal increases, improves, helps for good digestion. That's why घरे मिठा नहीं मैडम कौन सब बेले घरे मिठा पेटा थिबो कि एते पिला पिला केते बेले को तुमे जति सुविधा हबो गोटे चिनी खाइबा टू better you keep gudo in your gudo correct कहली ना बोले jaggery in your house. Give a piece of jaggery piece to your children after meals so that it is having a very good health aspect. Form an important part of सेतिपई सबु बोजी सबु फंक्शन सबु बड़ feast सबु सेला पर कोन मिठा किछि नाही कि खिरी किछि नाही कि हम माने कहे नै like that all social functions all feasts are concluded many national anthem with different types of sweets like birthdays and marriages. All these preparations have sugar which is an important ingredient. Your tea, coffee, soft drinks and other beverages are also contain sugar. The main sweetening agent all over the world is the main thing is sugar. Jodi sugar मिसिबो तुमर खाद्य विषय तारो कंसिस्टेंसी बोल थिबो तार टेस्ट बोल थिबो तार माने तारो प्रिजर्वेशन तुम माने को प्रीवियसली हम माने डिस्कशन करनो थिलु काली शुगर रे तुम माने प्रिजर्व कर पारे इवन गुड़ रे भी कर पारे बट एट द सेम टाइम समटाइम्स शुगर रे केति की प्रिजर्वेशन हुए गुड़ रे एते प्रिजर्वेशन हबो नहीं because it consists of some natural moisture with गुड़ से गुड़र मॉइस्चर ये कि केते दिन ऊपर खराब हेबारो संभावना अछि किंतु शुगर रे तुमे माने प्रिजर्वेशन रे तुमे यूज कर पारे नो प्रॉब्लम दैट्स व्हाई आवर jams and jellies and everything we are preparing it with sugar. This is made from sugarcane or sugar beets. In our country sugarcane is used for making sugar while in European countries especially West Germany sugar beets are used. They are having sugar beets. Whichever source is used for the production of sugar like product the product obtained is the same thing. It comes out in the form of sugar. Our country is one of the largest production of sugar. Sugar is product from sugarcane in the factories. In brief, the process of making sugar is the sugarcane is crushed, the juice is obtained, and ये juice रे तुम्हें मैंने काढ़ी की ताको juice चिपड़ी के काढ़ी लाबे को तब इतने टिके impurities थी वो नहीं कि से किंतु हमें माने बाहर आखू रस पीऊचु से देउचा में पीऊचु किंतु तब इतने कोन्ना पोके की से छानी के देउची किंतु तब इतने भी still some of the impurities are there. At that time, it should be refined and concentrated to form sugar crystals. Mane misri. That's why misri is much better, much safer, much Ayurvedic condition and very good when compared with sugars. In our village, even now, a large quantity of sugarcane is used to produce jaggery or gur. Gur mane jaggery. It is prepared by farmers at home or in the field. Field re bada handi sabu rukhi dekiri khatta sabu pudi dekiri semane kore. While making jaggery, sugarcane juice is boiled and concentrated in large iron pans. The concentrated mixture is then well stirred. Misautive taku emiti amara soup korila bhaliya miseikiri. Afterwards, when it is becoming a particular consistency, thanda hela pore taku gote rakhamre kaadi debe ta upare jaha gote layer thibo freedom bhaliya ase seita bi tike kaadi dekiri bi rokhi diye seita bi molasses boli kuwa hobo seita bi kaadi ki bi rokhe ता भितरे सेमी सॉलिड को काट देकरी ताकू गोटे हंडी रे रखी देबे तापरे ताको आउतरे मिसेकिरी completely less water hella बेलको ताकू गोटे व्हाट इज दैट वन मोल्ड रे पके देबे से मोल्ड रे पकेला बेलको सेटा टिके मोल्ड हेगिरी टाण हेगिरी आसीबो ये माने ये सब तैयारी करला बेलको ता भितरे कोन गोटे the concentrated mixture is then well stirred and allowed to set into solid mass. Although jaggery is produced from the same sugar cane, it has a brown color because it is not refined to the same degree as sugar. Amara sugar dhoda achi, kidu dekila bedu ko gudo brown achi. So in India, our combined daily intake of sugar and jaggery per person ranges from 10 to 30 grams or 2 to 6 teaspoons. Semane some chemicals misei dekiri ye sugar ko tike refined korkiri safa korkiri crystals koride. They expose the sugar mane na gudo juice at high temperature ko expose korila belku the gudo particles will become crystallized and with refined this thing it will become very white. Okay. Then honey, natural honey is another sweetening agent. It derived from flowers, but normally honey is, and it is having a very good medicinal value and very good digestion. And honey is introduced even for our regular consumption with paratas or with roti or as it is. And some people, blind people will think that honey, lembu juice, musu panre mise dile, potolo bodia tila loko patla hai beli, but a bhul dharana achi. It is a bhul dharana. But honey, if you drink, take it as it is because it is a natural from natural flowers. That is why it is very, very good for our health. It is popular for taste. Honey is having a popularity for taste. Today, तुम्हें honey को एमिति वर्षों रखिले भी कौन सी problem हुए नहीं. If this honey is adulterated, after some time it will have form a fungus on at the top layer. That is called. That's why your honey is adulterated. But natural honey, तुम्हें मने honey adulterated, the best thing is kukuro ku dele chatti pakaibo. If it is a natural honey, kukuro chatti bone ta bitre mohu mach mo pimpudi bi huye nahi. Pimpudi heichi mane that honey is adulterated. Sometimes it is used as a medicine. Anyway, it is available. Its availability is very limited, and because it is from interior area. But sometimes in many of the agricultural fields, in agriculture universities, they are doing a lot of research work, and they keep honeybee boxes, and they keep queen honeybee ko roki debe, attract karbe, and they collect honey from these boxes. Then let us go. What are the different types of sugars and jaggeries? There are different granulated sugars. Every day we are seeing this granulated. This is called granulated sugars. This is most commonly used in the form of sugar. It has large crystals. Monoroko, if the sugar is having a very good crystal type granulated sugar, the sugar is less adulterated. Jodi sugar is बहुत गुंडो हेकिरे गोटे रकमरे धला दिसुथिबो से चिन्नी को किनिबनी काहे कि ता भितरे से माने adulterated some white powders मिसे देउछंती. These granulated sugars they will use for cakes, pastries, biscuits, powder form sugar is used as in the mixed well with butter and ghee. Otherwise granulated sugar एमिति हबने बोली ताकू grinding करकरी ताकू मिसे देबे. Granulated sugar, when powdered, it is called as castor sugar. So, granulated korikiri, taku ame icing use kare. This is called icing sugar. Second point. Ame mane cake upare white hekiri se mane kore ne. That's called icing sugar. When granulated sugar is powdered finely and a little amount of corn flour is mixed with it, it is called icing sugar. This is used for decorating, color decorate decorated cakes, pastries and biscuits. And sugar cubes. When granulated sugar is powdered finely and a little amount of corn flour is mixed with this, it is called icing sugar. This is used for, sugar cubes, This is a form of granulated sugar in which the crystals are bound together into a solid mass. In big hotels, when they give you cup of tea or coffee, nowadays some people they take sugar, some people will not take sugar. That's why coffee, tea, mise debe, sitruki debe, akare data cubes, sugar cubes. Madam, how many cubes shall I add? 1 or 2, like that. This is called sugar cubes. The mass is then cut into cubes. If desired size, small size, into shape, sugar cubes are used. But the moment you put this sugar cube in your coffee, it will be immediately absorbed. Every one of you are having your own common experience with it. I need not explain it more and more. Then jaggery. It is also jaggery mane gudo. It is also made from sugar cane. There are two main varieties of jaggeries are there. One variety is solid, light gold color, and in others it is soft and dark gold in color. And normally I observed in south side we are having to get it white color and gold color, they mix some chemicals so that we can cheat the consumer. But the more white it is, the less nutritive quality it is, the more chemicals it is. That is why the natural brown color of the good is always very healthy. Then how you will select a sugar and jaggery? It has been discussed earlier in this unit that there are different types of sugars are available in the market. White sugar, for example, icing sugar for a decorated case, granulated sugar or sugar cubes for coffee and tea, castor sugar for making biscuits, etc. While buying them, you have to know how to buy, where to buy, how to know whether it is a adulterated with suji, etc. So, nutritive value of sugar and jaggery. Sugar is a pure carbohydrate. carbohydrates are energy giving substances. This sugar is an easily digestible source of energy. Sugar provides energy. Sethipai tume mane chua bel to janichu sports time re sabu sports time re gote table re glucose gote box re thae oranges gote दौड़ दौड़ के छुआ माने आसिला बेले को संगे संगे गोटे स्पून रे ग्लूकोज तार पाटे रे पके दिए गोटे ऑरेंज को लिखि ताको दिए खाइ दे सो इट इज हैविंग एन इमीडिएट ऑलरेडी मो फर्स्ट सेशन रे डिस्कशन करथिली besides providing energy the other functions of sugar in the diet is to provide sweetness to keep the energy intake at the required level the sugar intake will be restricted since an adult sugar energy, our consumption energy should be tallied. आगे माने कौन होती लो? Sedentary work, moderate work, and heavy work. If the person is maintaining a sedentary work, officers, IAS officers, etc., etc., they as far as, but at the same time we need some energy. Very limited sugar they have to take. Or some people without sugar also they have to enjoy. To keep the energy intake at a required level, the sugar intake can be restricted because in adult person, many other sources of energy are there. Cereals will be some energy ochi, fruits will be some energy ochi, fruit juices will be some energy ochi, sugar to tume avoid completely koi pare. And nowadays, good available hochi seta kono sugar free tablets are मिलुची सेटा भी हमें सेति में तुम्हें मने sugar खाइबनी anyway sugar and jaggery play an important role in the diet of young children को तुम्हें मने बेसी देता होता no problem at all young children need plenty of energy because their metabolic rate is high they're running jumping hopping their growth rate and they are already in the fast growth rate I have already discussed about this growth rate of children they need a lot of energy at that time this sugar is very much required but they cannot eat large amounts of food at a time so in addition of sugar and jaggery to their diet sugar and jaggery to their diet can be given more energy without increasing the bulk बेसी भात पात न देखिरी तांको एनर्जी बेसी आसीबा पई टिके शुगर जागरी तुमे दिले बोलो and because it will also increase the bulk jaggery is unrefined in addition to energy it also supplies iron calcium jaggery देखो कितने अच्छे iron calcium and vitamin B complex jaggery has more nutritive value therefore jaggery should be preferred to sugar sugar jaggery तुम्हें jaggery पकाइबो taste भी बोल थिबो nutritive value भी increase हो देखो कितने iron कितने vitamin iron mineral अच्छी calcium अच्छी vitamin B complex अच्छी and taste अच्छी and safety value अच्छी people will enjoy it very well today unfortunately in most of our traditional dishes jaggery has been replaced by काहे सुंदर दिसी बने बोले केते लोको सुगर यूज करछंती सुगर मात्र यूज करछंती गुडोटा यूज करूनंती एक्सरसाइज देखो फिलअप करो डाउट आसले मते पचारिबो देन लेट अस गो टू हाउ टू एवरीथिंग from top to bottom from the beginning from third day to till today from second 2 days and third day today I am always talking about how to store everything. In the same way, sugar and jaggery also, you have to be very careful how you have to store it in a proper way. Sugar and jaggery are hygroscopic and must be stored. तुम्हें एमिति रखी देबो एटा फंगस हे जेबो एयर को moisture को atmosphere moisture को absorb करिबो then once air is there and once moisture is there microorganisms enter that is why it must be stored in airtight containers you observe even in airtight containers also if you keep guro for a long time you see a layer of white layer माने पाँचों बढ़िया ताचारियाडे ले जाए कांगी तार preparation टा ठीक होतिला से माने prepare कर लाबे पूरा water free कोरिनांगी एयर टाइट कंटेनर रे रखिबा तुम्हें एयर टाइट कंटेनर रखी पुरोटा बहुत रही गला प्लीज डू नॉट डिस्टर्ब एयर टाइट कंटेनर नहीं तुम्हें गोटे काम करो ये गुड़ को पॉलिथीन रखी देगी तुम्हें फ्रीजर रे रखी देबो so things should be thoroughly cleaned and well dried in the sun जुतीटा तीन भितरे की डब्बा भितरे को उद्दा रोइला तुम्हारा सबु खराब हो जिवो इवन चिन्नी भी टिके चिन्नी पकेले ताकू प्लास्टिक डब्बा रे बहुत समय चिन्नी रखी देबो से प्लास्टिक absorbs टिके heat when exposed to heat because of that heat plus moisture चिन्नी सबु तोड़े उद्दा ही जाए गोटे रकम मंदो ही जाए sugar preparation sugar is used in a number of ways in Indian household sugar as it is you can eat sugar as it is you can mix it with the tea coffee everything sugar you can mix with cereals and pulses sugar you can use with cake and biscuits please do not disturb the use of sugar depends on its various properties so we are supposed to know properties of sugar sugar is hygroscopic sugar has a tendency see tendency to absorb water sugar rokhi delo mor kichi chinta nahi na environment re mane moisture nahi se moisture ko absorb kore बैठे jam then sweat it automatically becomes fungus you must have observed this during the rainy season or when we add crystalline sugar to a vessel which is moist in such conditions the sugar becomes moist and sticky गोटे रकम गंध भी हो जाए थोड़े थोड़े पानीचा हो जाए and many times a little syrup is formed so keeping in view this property of sugar it is very important to store sugar वो कौन होती है अच्छा तुम्हें एमती करी पारे बने गोटे काम करो वो डब्बा रे तुम्हें sugar use करूचो से डब्बा रे गोटे न्यूज़पेपर गोटे पकाई दे करी चिन्नी को डाली देबो बढ़िया करी sugar टा से न्यूज़पेपर टा उद्दा को एब्जॉर्ब कर देबो फॉर एग्जांपल छणा भी एमिति करो छणा छाणी देलो बहुत तेल हे गेला मु बहुत तेल खाइबा पई डर लागुची सेते बेले छाणी देखरी तुमे न्यूज़पेपर भितरे पकई देख रखी देले न्यूज़पेपर एब्जॉर्ब्स द तेलो as well as it absorbs the moisture of the sugar केते दिन परे 10-15 दिन परे again you change the newspaper keep a new newspaper then automatically your airtight container be sugar will remain very healthy use dry spoon with the spoon ke be use karibani sugar is highly soluble in water that every one of us chinni badhiya torde jauthure the soluble increase as the temperature of the solution is increased so much so we can dissolve even more than 1.5 kg of sugar in 1 liter of water. Syrups of varying consistencies are formed for preparing different food preparations. तुम्हें को preservation ता कहूतिली से preservation रे ये माने ये रकम रे sugar को syrup बलिया कर दे के use करबे. So thin syrup is used for making sweets like halwas and thick syrup is using in the preparation of squashes. A thick syrup use से squash can be preserved for a long time. Supersaturated solution on cooling form crystals. On cooling, a supersaturated solution of sugar, crystallization of sugar occurs. Okay, this is the process used in preparing sweets such as laddus and cereals. सेतिपई से माने गरम पानी रे सिजे देला बेलकू एटा इनके हाथ रे देखि करी इनते सुत्ता बळे आसुची के नै देखिबे ओके एंड समटाइम्स थोड़े थोड़े तोले टिके पानी पके देगिरी टिके चीनी पके देगिरी देखिबे एमती एमती हला बेले को क्रिस्टल बढ़िया that means it is the consistency of your syrup. So this consistency, which consistency will be used for laddu पे गुट्टे consistency दरकार, candies पे गुट्टे consistency दरकार, सेटा कौन अरिसा पिठा पे गुट्टे consistency दरकार, and which will be preserved. Okay, ये सब बहुत interesting. Sugar hydrolysis in the process of acid inversion. In the presence of acids, the sugar dissolved in water is partially hydrolyzed in the form of glucose and fructose. Thus, there are different types of sugars are there, glucose and fructose, which is also known as invert sugar. This process is called inversion. Taku fructose fruits to juice aani dekiri, sugar cane to juices aani dekiri, taku sugar koribe, je taku processing koribe. This process is called inversion. The property of invert sugar is that it does not get crystalline. This property of invert sugar is therefore used in some sugar preparations where crystallization is undesirable. For example, in the making of jam, fruit juice sangare miscible ko podibo सेती बेले को ऊपर मु जहा कोइली से रकमरे प्रिपेयर करिकरी से शुगर जूस को ताकू फ्रूट जूस संगरे मिसे देबे जाम fruit is boiled in a sugar solution, sugar syrup. In the presence of acids contained in the fruit, inversion occurs. It does not occur. Crystallization habone setme tume jam ko kadi dele alku sabbu ekdam sabbu mane gote paste bole तुम हाथ रे करले भी तुमको कोन एटा even way it will get beyond occur when jam is stored. In the same way, presence of invert sugar here sweets and toffees prevents crystallization. Sweets से crystallization नहीं, chocolates पिकलेट्स से भी crystallization नहीं. Then how to use? What are the uses of sugar? बहुत अच्छी. Sugar is used in many ways. कोटी हो हमें sugar टिके पके पारे. But at the same time, for example, sugar is used in beverages. And beverages माने tea, coffee, milk, buttermilk, lassi, sharbat. Everywhere you can mix it with sugar. पानी रे मिसे दियो, कॉफी रे मिसे दियो, टी रे मिसे दियो, ये कोट रे बटरमिल्क रे मिसे दियो, मिल्क रे मिसे दियो, कोटियो लस्सी रे मिसे दियो, कोट मिसे दियो, ठीक है बोल लगी वो. Sugar is added to porridge, kheers, etc. Sugar is added to foods to reduce their natural bitterness, sourness. मु observe कर ले, कोटे कोटे लोगों ये bitter gourd, ये तो नहीं bitter gourd ना कलरा bitter gourd से माने बितरे पल्पटा काढ़ी देबे bitter gourd को से माने टिके सीजे देबे सेटा टिके sugar syrup रे कोरिके खाइबा को देख एटा मु ऑब्जर्व करी इवन पटल्स भी syrup रे पकाई देके से माने खाउछ. And sources example chutney, jams and chilies. Chutney, different types of chutneys. In our side एटा माने तुम्हें माने ऑब्जर्व कर ले तुम्हारे मेनू रे वन ऑफ द मेनू इज खट्टा भीतर भी खजूर पके दिए, टमाटर पके दिए, गुड़ पके दिए कि चटनी बढ़िया बने. भीतर शुगर भी मिसे दिए. When high concentration of sugar is used, it acts as a preservative by binding moisture. For example, the example of foods with sugar as preservative or condensed milk. Milk रे भी sugar as it is करबेनी. सुगर को तरले देबे क्षीर संगे मिसे देबे सबु मिसे देला परे बसे करबे it exposed to a particular high temperature, it will become a condensed milk. That is one temperature. Temperature को आउ बेसी पके देबे मिल्क को गोटे ड्रम भलिया थिबो पकोथिबे at high temperature तापरे से कांथो को सबु मिल्क टा बाजिकिरी संगे संगे पाउडर बढ़िया हबो ताको कलेक्ट करबे दैट मिल्क पाउडर बढ़िया कलेक्शन करबे सो इट विल बी दिस कंडेंस्ड मिल्क रे प्रिजर्वेटिव एज रो पाउडर मिल्क रे प्रिजर्वेटिव एज विल बी मोर बिकॉज़ कंडेंस्ड मिल्क रे टिके मॉइस्चर अछि किंतु पाउडर मिल्क रे बिल्कुल मॉइस्चर नहीं so jam jellies also टिके बी केयरफुल थोड़े डब्बा बॉटल खोली देला परे तुमे माने बाहर रखि देबे ना खराब हो जाबो मुरब्बास स्क्वैशेस and other things in the same way you can store sweets like barfi gulab jamun etc toffees chocolates are also entirely then sometimes you know what they do they take almonds they take some nuts and dip it in colored sugar syrup and make the preparation in a dry atmosphere and they will sell it as a chocolates. It will be very costly but very tasty. The color, flavor and taste of baked foods like biscuits, cakes etc. it is due to the presence of sugar in them. Icing sugar is used for decorating cakes, pastries and biscuits. Tomorrow tapre achi. Then tapre but at the same time for everything for cooking for purchasing for preserving for cutting for anything for serving you have to take some of the precautions in the same way caution you have to take precautions you have to take care against excessive use of sugar basic sugar अति वर्जित लोग माने कहे हाँ बेसी शुगर खाइले प्रॉब्लम नहीं जाए कितनी तुम मैंने आगर भी कहूली इनपुट रेशियो आउटपुट रेशियो शुड बी टैलीड शुगर बेसी खाओ दिबो it is having some side effects let us see where we have to control ourselves from eating a lot of sugar some people will eat sugar most of us find sweet foods attractive natural मीठा लागुतिबो किंतु तापरे पछपटे आसिले रोग तुमे जानि परिबेनी and it is tempting also so we tend to eat more sweets पट्टी एबे मना करबेने बढ़िया लागुछ बोले खाइ पकेबो then इने राग पागो बेसी खाइ परबे मीठाटा बोला कि खाइ पारे so see what is wrong with consuming sugar if you take more okay sugar is almost pure carbohydrate बेसी carbohydrate हेले बेसी एनर्जी हमो बेसी एनर्जी हेले बेसी फैट हबो बेसी फैट हेले कोन हबो लोक माने मोटा हो जाय बेसी मोटा हेले हार्ट अटैक डायबिटीज समदर केते होची मेडिकल फील्ड ए सब कवर अप करबा पर हमको टाइम मोंटिबनी इट कंटेन्स नो अदर न्यूट्रिएंट एक्सेसिव शुगर कैन लीड टू ओबेसिटी देखो मोटा हो जाय कोटी कोटी लोक कहे पतला लोक कहे मैडम मु बहुत खाउची मिठा किंतु मु मोटा काहे के होने लो आपे के करो तो मोटा नोई करी आटी टोपी सारला पर तो डायबिटीज से को जाना तो ओबेसिटी इज नॉट द ओनली थिंग भितरे ऑर्गन स्टेट भितरे हेल्थ पॉइंट्स भितरे हेल्थ इफेक्ट हेजबो वन बिकम्स abnormally fatty the simplest way to lose weight is to eat less of carbohydrates and fats if you use less carbohydrate rich foods like chapati rice bread fried mane murabba jam jelly Cadbury chocolates ice creams etc we should certainly consume less carbohydrates but we should also get less proteins and other nutrients but if you cut down the sugar we are restricting only carbohydrates but not the other nutrients so you have to always eat वो मना करने तुम्हें कितनी के मिठा मिठा दरकार टिके खाओ एवरीडे टिके खाइबो इंस्टेड कंप्लीटली डॉक्टर मना करला पर्यंत आपे क्या करबो सब दिन आने माने खाइबा पई बोंची न बोंची लेकिन बोंची बापे खाइबा कथा किंतु हमर पे पार्टी होची ना गोटे टेस्ट लेबो टिकेटे खा बेसी खाइ at the same time if you eat too many foods containing sugar we will माने this too much of sugar will reduce your appetite सेतिपई बेसी सुगर sta खाइबो नै किंतु बल्लो खाइ सारिला पुरे टिके sugar जिनसो खाई दिले, it will help you for quick and proper digestion. So eat less of other foods like vegetables. If you eat too many foods containing sugar, we shall not feel hungry. And eat less of other foods like vegetables. Mane seti bele ko petta bharti hela. Seti to vegetables khai bane, fruits khai bane, bhat to khai bane, dali khai bane. That will lead to these are very very important. Okay. Mane carb sugar re kon hochi kali carbohydrate hochi. Seti mein tume be careful. Let us eat less sugar, prevent tooth decay. Sabbu bele amaro oral hygiene कोट होची amaro किछि नै केते पिला माने केते मां माने पिला माने को सिखौ छथि तू सोइला पूर्वरु ब्रश करके सोई पड़ो सबु खाई सारे परे कुलिकिरी माने पानी पकई देगिरी पाटी कुलिकिरी पकई देबो केते लोक कहने हमें को सबु हाइजीन सिखे दिए केते पेरेंट्स माने केते क्लासरूम रे भी हमें माने ओरल हाइजीन सिखे नहीं. That is why eat less sugar. Jodi sugar खाई किरी तुम्हें दंतो सफा नुकोरिले. The sugar attracts bacteria which decays many of your teeth like iron, magnet को attract करला बढ़िया attract करिबो. Secondly, sugar is bad for teeth. High consumption of sugar and sweets leads to dental caries. Okay. Then you are having an exercise. And nowadays, that sweetless tablets are available. They are called as artificial sweeteners, which are not having the side effects of sugar, natural sugar. So they are artificial sweeteners. They are called those substances that we use as substitutes for sugar. Kete loko sugar nolle, ame mane cha pi bare, seti pe se sugar tablets ta tumi mane rokiba ko padibo. Example, saccharin and aspartame. Nowadays, artificial sweeteners are being used in the food industry and in various health conditions. In food industry, they are being used in the baked foods, mane sugarless cakes, sugarless sweets, सब कुछ sugarless. So they are preparing these artificial sweeteners to prepare all these things. काहे सब लोग खाइबा को तो गोटे लोग खाइले दूसरा लोग विदाउट शुगर किंति रहइबो सेति में कोच एंड वो तो छी diet, for example, just 1 minute. They are being used in the baked foods, convenience foods, diets of foods, and also in beverages. Artificial sweeteners have an important role to play in the different health conditions, as it is used by obese people who are on weight loss diet and by diabetic people. Its use prevents the dental also decay and cavities, thereby improving your dental health. Okay. Then what else we are having? Selection. And the most out 10 minutes cover. We are thinking that sugar cane and all these things are having. We are having also this selection period. Nuts, oil, seeds, pulses are also having natural sugars. You see, they are, for example, china badam, kaju badam, natural things, natural sugars are there. Pulses. Wheat sprouted pulses to have the more sugar. They are more nutritional, and another thing, in nuts types of pulses. Pulses may be the whole, the husked one. They are also having good whole pulses like rajma, channa, etc., moong dali. They are having some sugars in it, tough outer covering, but after you remove the husk, the pulses appear as moong dal, etc. It will be tasty and having some sugar in it. Some of the most commonly used dal preparations are liquid preparations, etc. Bengal gram, pulses, all pulses, how to use them. डाली रे विभिन्न रकम डाली करे डाली सूप करि पारे डाली तरकारी करि पारे डाली खिचड़ी करि पारे डाली एज इट इज फ्राई करके खाई पारे डाली डाली रे तुमे माने डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ ब्रेकफास्ट को करि पारे हला देन हाउ टिके सोयाबीन आरंभ तो मुझे मैंने को कहूची सोयाबीन may be used in the preparation of soya milk. Soya beans are soaked overnight, then grounded. Because why? Nowadays, soya beans are very important because it is having 40% of protein it is consisting of. Okay? By sprouting your pulses and all these things also, you are having a lot of sugar from that. Nuts and oil seeds also having a very good oil seeds, we are having any energy, etc. etc. Selection of nuts and oil seeds, we have to select whether the nuts and oil seeds, they are in their own shell or not. In a briefly I am telling because time is very short. ସେମାନେ ସେ shell ଭିତରେ ଅଛି କି ନାହିଁ ତାପରେ ସେ shell ଟା କାଟି ଦେଇକି open କରଲା ବେଳକୁ sometimes you know the nuts and oil seeds may get spoiled. That is why it is always better to purchase the, for example तुम मैंने जानती हो groundnut name, what is that one? Pista badam and walnut गोटे अछि एटा बड़ा walnuts अछि से walnut भितरे walnut kernel अछि. So when you purchase the whole walnut as it is. Do not purchase the opened walnut seed because many packets are available. They are telling madam airtight packets अछि ना thought to तुम्हें पूरा whole walnut whole pista badam to nut तर outer shell रे कर देले तारो spoilage टा टिके काम usable. Groundnut also is the same thing. Okay, any doubts? How 5 minutes अछि टिके doubts थिले पचारिबो मामा खाली पचारिबा की एत्ति पर्यंत 3 दिन हल्ला कोटे पिल्ला भी किछि पचारे नहीं. Okay, milk is there. Milky is having a previously also I covered up the milk how it is. This milk is having in the different forms. It is highly nutritious and but at the same time it should be boiled and kept. This milk we are using it as in the form of curds, in the form of paneer and cheese and creams, khoa kuruchu, and you are also making taro ghee butter kadikiri ghee kadikiri ame mane use kuruchu. So nutritive, it is having energy, it is having protein rich, it is having vitamins, it is having satiety value, it is having easily digestible things, it is having, see, proteins are there, fats are there, carbohydrates are there, minerals are there, so many things are there. And still if you ferment this particular milk form of curds, you are having equally, it is nutritive value will be more, digestion will be quick. एटा already तुमे माने को discussion करथिली सेते पय को केते लोगन को मिल्क एलर्जी होछि कोटी लोग मिल्क खाइबे ने ताकू पनीर चीज करके तुमे खाइ पारे. Creams and khoa butter ghee is highly energetic, it is having a lot of carbohydrates with it. Okay, selection of milk and milk products, directly you can take it from the animal or you can take it from the packet milk. But when you are purchasing the packet milk, always see the expiry date. Otherwise तुम्हें गरम करकिरी और करला बेले को मिल्क ता छिंडी जाय पारे. छिंडीबा मिल्क को तुम्हें केबे यूज करबे नहीं. Okay, then preparation and nutritive value of eggs and flesh foods. This is more very important. Egg, whether it is the egg is fresh egg or not, हमें पानी भितरे पके देले से egg टा float हे जिवो, that means it is a fresh egg. If it settles on the floor, that means egg is a old one, it is not a good one. Flesh foods also आजिकल रोड साइड रे केते बेले काटजंती खरा रे रखुचंती मोर हमर कोरोना वायरस में इत्ते लोक तो होल वर्ल्ड इज क्राइंग because of the virus spread through flesh food. That's why one should be extremely careful, and when you bring it to home, always wash it and cook it properly. Semi cooking also will lead to other things. Okay, any other doubts? Now time is over. No doubt, eggs को विभिन्न रकम, as it is raw egg you can eat. Some of the medicinal people they say raw egg is important, boiled egg is important, किंतु boiled egg sometimes indigestion भी ही पारे, poached egg is digestion very easy, omelette is very easy, then scrambled egg is you can spread it on the roti and in the roti and roti etc. Anything doubts? These eggs you can go. ଆଉ କିଛି ଡାଉଟ୍ସ ଅଛି କି?
हेलो मैम
ହଁ କହ।
हेलो मैम काली जो कहू बही କଥା ସେଇଠି ଯିବା
ବହି କଥା ପଠେଇନୁ କି ତୁମେ? ସାର୍ ପଠେଇବେ ବୋଲି କହୁଥିଲେ।
ନାଇଁ ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ଆସିନି ନମ୍ବର
ମୁଁ ଟିକେ ଦେଖି କାଲି ଟିକେ ମୋର ଘରେ ଟିକେ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ଅଛି ପାଉନଥିବେ ବୋଧେ ମୁଁ ପଠେଇଛି ହେଲା। ତୁମର ଅନିତା ନା ନମିତା ନା କଣ ନା?
ଅନିତା ସ୍ୱାଇଁ
ଅନିତା ସ୍ୱାଇଁ ତୁମର WhatsApp ରେ ଦେଖିଲେ ଆଜି ସକାଳେ ଦେଖିଲେ ଆଜି ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ପଠଉଛି ଇମେଲ ଆଇଡି ପଠେଇଛି। ଓକେ ବାହାରିବି ଗୁଡ୍ ବାଇ କହିବି କି କାଲି ଭେଟିବ?
ଆଜ୍ଞା ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ମୋର ଦରକାର ଅଛି ନା ବହି
ଦରକାର ନା ଆଜି
ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ସାରଙ୍କ ସହିତ ଟିକେ କଥା ହବାର ଥିଲା।
ସାର୍ ସହିତ କଥା ହଉନୁ ମତେ କାହିଁକି ପଚାରୁଛୁ? ସାର୍ पटेल सर पिला माने आपण संगे कथा हेबे। हेलो सर डाके सर
हेलो सर
संजय सर हेलो तो आसीबे चारटा बाजिला ना आसीबे आउ किछि अछि कि मा पचारबा पई जहा सर संजय सर पिला माने कोन आपण पचारबे
कोन दो
सर डीसी कोर्स सेटा क्लास केबे हबो माने ଆମେ ସେଇଟା ଜଏନ୍ କଲେ ବି
स्टूडेंट
ଆମେ डीसी स्टूडेंट
तो सीएफएन रे तमे कोन करछो?
नहीं ସେଇଟା ସକାଳେ କାହିଁ କଲୁ ଯେତେବେଳେ 11 ସେଇଟା ହେଲା ନାହିଁ ତ ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଅବିକା କଣ୍ଟାକ୍ଟ କରିବା ପାଇଁ।
तो मैडम को क्लास रे आसी तांको सामने तमे कहउछो तांको स्टूडेंट नुहो कहि की
देखिले केते बेले मते रोडे ना वर्तमान कोचिंग।
हेलो सर नमस्कार। हेलो सर
देखो तो अपन को छाई दिका आ मो छने
अपन खाली
सर मु बाहर भी की सर बाहर छी
हां बाहर अपन बाहर तो
मु बाहर छी अपन कथा